20 team.
Yep.
So they were pretty much a joint stack team there. So you see Moonwalkers on the bottom right of the bracket had joined up with Adrenaline to make the 20 versus 20 team. So Adrenaline were clearly very good warriors. So Fools demonstrating their prowess with a win against them, win against Rot, and then the win against.
And we've got to cut off early. The game is underway, guys. We're going to throw things back over to Bodhi and Ian to cast the finals of the 5v5.
So just jumping into the game straight away, actually. The game's already begun. Really fast beginning from there. Everyone jumping into combat straight away. Obviously, the red team being Fools, the Finnish clan, against Legends, represented by Shawnee as their captain, trying to do all he can to call some piles. And they won 4-1, 4-0, sorry, before to Frontline, one of the favourites to win. Iameri getting piled now, the leader, obviously, caught behind the obelisk, then trying to get down a quick pile. Start for the spec going up in the northeast corner as well, northwest by High All, trying to tank as best he can, Adam.
Yeah, right now, obviously no players have fallen right now because we do see the big leads that potentially happen. I feel in a final right now, this is a best of 3 for $10,000. Game 1 between Legends and Fools. Obviously, like I was saying in the past, if a player does fall quite early, there is a massive lead that is taken and snowballs straight to victory. Will we see that at all in any of these next, hopefully, 3 games between the teams that have obviously fought themselves to the end of these brackets?
Really interesting strategy here, actually, by Fools. They decided to actually pick on 2 people at the same time. They tried to target Kasu, and they also tried to target Nuffle, both using their special attacks up to try and defend themselves at the Staff of the Dead, in which case they weren't able to help their teammates out, trying to kill Iamero. Iameri currently has, I believe, the minimum amount of supplies, only 8 supplies left, although saying that, 2 of Legends members also have only 10 supplies left, Adam. Going to the northeast corner right now, we have Nuffle trying to tank now. They're just changing piles constantly, you know, not targeting one person, not just to go stick on the same person as Legends were doing. Legends' strategy right now, clearly take down Iameri, take down that first fight, have that 1-0 advantage against them, but Nuffle doing a great job here of tanking.
Yeah, as well. So it's obviously with Uomori taking as many of the same amount of Legend members against him, he is actually running a bit shorter on supplies compared to Nuffle, so it might actually turn into a small advantage here for Legends with potential 5 against 4 before they potentially can return with a retaliation kill on the side of Fools. Uomori is now obviously out of food. He's tanking with 72 on health with a lot of Sanfu serums. Oh, he just actually drops. No chance with the redemption. We've seen it before where some people can stand for a long time with redemption up, but this is actually a very good lead right now for Legends, who actually have still 4 food on the person that Fools is tanking.
Nuffle has been doing really well to tank this right now, actually. Using the obelisk to his advantage, his teammates actually are barraging people. Oh, have we got Avenge Other? I'm potentially a heal other as well in here from KIH on Iameri's team. I believe Fools are using the Lunar Spellbook as well with one of their tanks. Really good play there. Kasu still trying to be tanking now. He was tanking earlier. He's down at quite a few supplies. He only has, I believe, 9 left. But Nuffle down to 3. They need to take Nuffle down as fast as they can because currently a 5 versus 4 is a distinct disadvantage.
As of right now, yeah, it looks Nuffle still standing with the 2 food, but it does look like all of the 4 remaining Fools members all have double stacked food inventories right now. Nuffle looks like he is actually going to fall very soon. He's running very low on health, running away from the pile, trying to keep that barrage of supplies to get behind the obelisk. Unfortunately, falls a bit early, which brings it to a 4-4. And in all honesty, it does look like they're looking very close. We're going to jump into a Legends listen-in right now to see how the coordination is going.
Stay on with you guys, stay on with you, stay on with you.
Don't get
Vola, tank on, Vola, tank on.
Yeah,
come back, Vola, come back.
I'm on my way.
Stay on with you guys, stay on with you.
They're on Kasu.
They're on you. People are on you.
Yep, they're on you. Staff spec if you have it.
Stay on with you guys, stay on with you, stop form. Start avenging, Shine, don't forget to avenge, Shine, don't forget to avenge.
Yeah, I have.
Stay on with you guys, stop form.
Nice.
Nice. I got big rush it. Don't get humped, don't get clumped. Stay on with you guys, I refroze him, refroze VD.
Kasu, you gotta listen.
Kasu, you gotta tank. Stop fighting him.
Yeah, I'm tanking.
Oh, he's about to die.
He's out, VD's out, I think VD's almost out, He's out. Listen, look next on sis, look next on sis.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
Walk under me, stop form. I'm frozen, AGS out.
I'm freezing for you.
They're in the 2-man,
Yeah, I froze. Two men. I froze Kia. Kasu, pray and tank. Mage and tank.
Camp Ellie, Ellie camp.
I'm camping Ellie.
Ellie camp.
Pray range, Kasu, pray range.
Yeah, my bad.
Block up PvP, run off. Oh, guys.
That was absolutely insane. I mean, going there right now, trying to take them down member by member, making sure their tanks, you know, reminding them to have their Elijah and Spirit Shields on, having that full defense as they possibly can have. And now they're winning 4 versus 3, with Kasu having the least amount of supplies there, but doing a really good job of tanking there for as long as he possibly could. While he was tanking, he was also doing damage, obviously, as well, and doing a really good job of that. Looks like right now, Buakheim PB has 8 supplies left, down to 20 HP, almost getting combat out there. AJ Spec coming in, almost killed him as well, Adam, but not quite.
Yeah, I was seeing there. It didn't actually sound like they wanted him to be fighting back there. I wanted to focus him on tanking. Maybe, obviously, if he got caught out while attacking potentially with the Elijah enough and gets KO'd, it's very detrimental to Legends there, who actually do have the lead right now. There is 2 players on Legends that are running quite low on food, but it does look like Buakheim PB may be the next to fall right now. It's currently being focused by this orb by 3 of the members of Legends.
Yeah, Kasu right now out of food, actually trying to tank both Sis and KIH. Doing a great job of doing so, though, just trying to bide his teammates some time. As soon as he falls, it's then a 3 versus 3. Looking at supplies right now, Hyol has 4 left, Buakheim PB has 2 left. It is coming down to the wire right now. If Kasu dies here, which is about to, it's going to be a 3v3, and actually somehow Fools have managed to claw this back and really do some damage right now. Buakheim PB down to 2 food, though, getting destroyed, but using the Obelisk to advantage, making sure he can't be hit by CBS here. Actually, no, CBS can still hit him, unfortunately for him. And they just pick out of nowhere, trying to get some damage off onto Shawnee, their range tank, and one of their main callers. To the east right now, we have an AJ Spec coming for Hyol as well. Not quite doing enough damage, though.
Yeah, it's also the 2 members, well, the 3 members of Fools. Obviously, Book might be falling very, very soon, but they both have 10 food each. Along with Legends have 2 members of 10 food each, and obviously 2 members still alive, just on a fraction of health. So this could turn into a may turn into a 4v2, sorry, quite soon, but then maybe actually be transitioned into a 2v2 quite soon as well.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, just having that extra member really makes a lot of difference, obviously. Now, currently, Buakheim PB out of food. The last remaining Fools member falls. There are 2 left right now, making it 4 versus 2. Now, they have to capitalize on this. They need to kill one of the members as fast as they can, but at the same time, Legends need to keep the pressure up, need to keep doing damage, not let their members fall. Obviously, we have... Oh, actually, Kasu just fell, I believe. The 4th member of Legends that was left. There's 3 versus 2 right now, and Hyol currently has no food left either. And they realize this. As you can see right now, KIH is trying to get him, but he got frozen behind the Obelisk. He's now with too much damage. He can use Avenge Other still to try and help his friend Sis out, his teammate, who's currently barraging, standing underneath, trying to absorb some damage. They know if they take down Hyol right now, it's going to be a 3 versus 2. They could potentially claw it back. It's coming down to the wire right now, Adam. It's so, so close.
Yeah, they've realized as well that he's out of food, 31 hit points with no food left over, nothing to re-heal with, and then upon him falling, it'll be a 2v2 with very, very similar supplies. This might be seeing into the 5v5, something we haven't actually seen before, which is an extremely close 2v2. How will that actually be used strategy-wise to keep the player alive? But a very well done here by to move into the southeast orb, keeping himself alive. Still 3 players standing on the side of Legends, 2 for Fools, but both of the 2 Fools members are stacked. 9 hit points down now. Let's see how long he can survive for.
Again, that whole time, Sis was just tanking away, trying to do as much damage as he could, really absorbing a lot of damage, but now he's taking a lot of hits. He's down to his 4 last remaining food. Only got 3 Anglerfish and 1 Brewdose left. KIH, on the other hand, he is the range tank. They're not attacking him just yet because he's got slightly high defense bonus. There we go. Hyol has fallen 2 versus 2. Although saying that, another member of Fools is about to fall. Sis down to no food left, right down to his last couple of supplies. He's down to 50 HP, 6 HP. It's really come down to the wire right now. Sis needs to really do something to try and change the round. CBS currently with 2 Anglerfish and 3 brews. What amount of supplies? Shawnee as well with 5 brews, absolutely stacked. Sis now out of food, just trying to stay alive as best he can. Maybe using the Obelisk to advantage, trying to stay in the fight as best he can. Oh, is that a 2-man pile? Almost a 2-man pile. Fortunately for Legends, they managed to get out as quick as they could, and they just know they just take this guy down. If they take him down, it's a 2 versus 1. They can guarantee the win. 47 AGS plus the... Oh, that could have been a KO right there. That could have changed everything. CBS almost falling there. Double AGS spec could have come again there. CBS tanking like an absolute beast right now. Sis trying to be killed by Shawnee, changing targets, knows he can't kill him. The Vengeance coming in. Oh my gosh, Adam, what is going on?
This is extremely close right now with Sis with 32 hit points and no food left. 7 food on Shawnee, 7 food on Key as well, but it looks like this could turn into a potential 1 versus 1 right now to take the first round. It's going to be very close. Both of the players of on Fools are on very, very low health. Key potentially very close to getting KO'd there with a ton of supplies. That would have been the game completely over there. Legends, both members stacking up to quite high health here. If Fools can actually coordinate here, well, there's only 1 member left now. It's all up to Key here. If he can finish off CBS, the supplies of Shawnee are far in favor of him. This would be a very difficult one for him to bring back, but it's possible he could bring this to a 1v1 at the very least.
Yeah, they're both actually in range tank gear now. Shawnee doesn't have a spec. He's 20%. So does KIH, so no KO potential really. 2 versus 1. CBS currently has no food left, but 72 HP. Still just tanking around the corners. He is the major. He can freeze him and use that obelisk to his advantage. Running away now, trying not to die, realizing how important it is that he stays alive. 2 versus 1 obviously is much better than a 1v1 fight. Then it comes down to just, you know, tanking and hoping that you hit through the prez. Right now, CBS down to only 57 HP, being venged by Shawnee. That tactic right there to do a little bit more damage, just try and wheedle out KI's last supplies left. He has 2 brews, AJ Spec coming in, really damaging there. Can't do anything, has to tank, change with tank gear. And currently 33, Balt as well coming in. Oh, he can't tank much longer. He has no food left. He has currently 2 brews, whereas Shawnee has a full inventory, well, not full inventory, but he's got 5 brews left. CBS out of food, still doing an absolutely fantastic job, is constantly stepping underneath, trying to stay alive for as long as he possibly can.
Oh, I really like here, I think the communication that Legends are doing right now is that obviously with him standing underneath or standing behind the hub, Key is forced to either stand there and wait or fire the ballista, which has a long cooldown, giving CBS the chance to step in and fire actually some damage over where he's been sat on 0 food and low hit points for an extremely long time. Key doing a fantastic job at still being alive here. Can he bring this to a 1 versus 1 before the end? He is unfortunately has fallen. An incredible attempt in the 2 versus 1 there by Key, getting his supplies exhausted there, but very well played. Legends taking the first round of 3 from Fools.
Of course, it is a round of 3. This is the final for the 5 versus 5 $10,000 grand prize in this PvP championship. What do you think so far then, man? I did not expect Legends to perform so valiantly. No offense. I thought Fools were just going to absolutely stomp that fight. But they played really well. They decided to keep on one pile the whole way through, take that guy down, whereas Fools decided to go for a different strategy. They decided to go one person, go another person, but it didn't prove worth for them. But right at the end there, 2 versus 1, it could have really come down to a 1v1 fight. It was so close.
It was very close as well. I think he was on about 8 hit points or something remaining there. I'd like to see the 1v1. Obviously, Shawnee's supplies, he must have just stayed in the back lines and just put as much damage out as he possibly actually could there to try and obviously whittle down his opponents the best he could. But nobody was focusing at all, so even if it did turn to the 1v1, he had so many supplies left that it would have been next to impossible, extremely difficult for Key to bring that back. But overall, Key doing a great job of playing the 2v1 out of position.
Yeah, and also listening to that, listening with Legends right there, seeing them all, you know, call and say, you know, stay on this target, make sure you get your tank gear on, making sure that everyone's like doing the right thing. You know, that kind of togetherness, making sure everyone's in sync, that synergy, really proving why Legends deserve to be here in the final when they have a really good shot at it. Saying that though, Fools aren't out for the count. This is a best of 3. That was only the first round taken by Legends. They can still come back and still win 2 rounds in a row, can't they?
Yes, they can. And if you think that they may do, please hashtag PvP Championships on Twitter with your prediction. Will Fools pull this to the first potential tiebreaker of the 1v1 tournament, or are Legends going to bring this to another 2-0 sweep, taking the $10,000 home with them?
I'll tell you what though, there was one moment there where I think it was 2 versus 2 near the end, or 3 versus 2, and one of the Fools members went for 2 AGS specs on the Legends member, and unfortunately the second one didn't hit, I don't think. Then he had another swing, again didn't hit. If that had happened, again there, like a little bit better RNG, if you got a luckier hit there, it could have been a completely different story. It could have been that Fools took that fight, but Legends obviously managed to tank it out, keep it down to the 2 versus 1, and then finish it off like that. Great battle for them, and good luck to them in the next round as well.
Anything can happen in this next fight. Personally, I'm going to be rooting for Fools. Again, I want to see at least one
the Finnish community coming through
at some point. I'd love to see the Finnish community. We still have Moni obviously rooting for them in the 1v1 tournament, but we'll have to see if Fools can bring this to the 1
We have a tweet on screen right now from Sternst. I bought my girlfriend food, hooked her up with her favorite show on TV. I shall not be disturbed. Hashtag PvP Championship Lego. Well, I'm glad you're having a nice weekend, man. I'm glad she is too, I guess. If you want to tweet at us as well, hashtag PvP Championship. Let us know what you're up to. Let us know who you want to win. In the Twitch chat right now, are you voting for Legends to win? Do you think Fools are going to win? Let us know right away.
Very difficult choice here, because obviously Legends are a community favorite in Deadman mode, especially when they arose from the original one with some content creators inside their actual
They still
team.
have content creators, obviously Shawnee being a video maker. A few other guys, so Adrian, I think, used to make videos, occasionally does. And the best thing about, in my opinion, Legends, those guys, they're just friends. You know, they just come here together, made the team up, and thought, you know what, let's just go for it, let's have some fun. It was a joke that they applied, actually. I think one member applied, and they were like, you know, let's just see what we can do. They got in, and here they are in the final. So if they were to win, That would be just such a great underdog story.
Well, in just over 5 minutes, potentially, we will see if Legends will be taking home the $10,000. We have round 2, Legends versus Fools, 1-0 in favor of Legends.
So right now, obviously, teams setting up, waiting for those first piles, making sure they freeze everyone so people can't do too much damage. Right now, Block and PB seem to be the first pile at the southwest east corner for Legends, obviously representing Fools. He is the leader of Fools, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, actually, Iameri is my bad. But he's southwest east corner right now, getting venged. A lot of damage being taken. You see Staff Specs coming out from Kasu again, maybe being the first pile, and everyone just tanking as best they can. Looks like, supply-wise, Block and PB down to 12. He's been chomping on those brews, whereas Legends barely taken much damage, to be fair, Adam.
Yeah, it's quite even right now, although Book did take quite a lot of damage there. So right now, I'd say Legends is slightly in the lead. But again, with all 5 players still standing, it's very difficult to see what can happen here. And especially in that last fight, we saw good turnaround. Specifically, there was one where Legends had 3 people standing and Fools had 2, but they were around the same food. But by the time the 3rd Legends member finally fell, the Fools member finally fell. Legends actually had managed to bring one of the Fools members down to very little food and finish him off.
So here we see literally both teams completely going at it with their offensive styles. 4 versus 1 in both instances. We have all of Legends stacking up on Block and PB right here, and down in the southwest corner, High-All trying to tank against the 4 members. Now, obviously, the sooner you kill them, the better for your team. Obviously, you buy yourself some time. 5 versus 4 is a huge advantage in this minigame. But currently, supply-wise, High-All down to 7 food left, 3 anglerfish, 3 brews. Whereas if we look over to Blockheim PB, he also has 4 anglerfish, 2 brews. So very, very similar. Just comes down to, you know, whistling away those supplies as best you can. And Blockheim PB really using the obelisk right here to completely make Knuffle Co. just useless. He can't do anything. He's frozen behind the obelisk. Very, very smart strategy from Block, buying us his team just a little bit more time. High-All down at the southwest corner as well. Can't really do the same. Maybe was trying to, but getting absolutely stacked up all these barrages and all these AGS specs.
Well, he has just caught a free on the southwest player assist. It does depend when his freeze does actually expire. If you get to the northwest side, he's taking a lot of damage right now. Book as well is actually out of food already, so it looks like Fools may actually have the first member fall again. Legends, first blood in both games here. Can they use that again to have another victory here? High-All, the clan will obviously be running in now to try and keep their member still alive here as they rush in from the northeast. It looks like they're going to play a bit slow, though. It looks like they want to actually go in for a 4v4. Here they come down. They're going to be choosing someone as soon as they can. Their member's running to the northeast. He's still alive. It's still going on. Iomori takes quite a lot of damage, though, quite quickly.
That was a kill there on High-All. So now it's 4 versus 4, the equalizer right there. VD being the next pile. Only even 12 food left, taking a lot of damage right now. Being frozen in place, being venged, trying to get some help from his friends. And on the opposite side, we have Kasu trying to tank for Legends as well, down the south corner, taking a lot of damage, but tanking absolutely splendidly. He's got the Staff Lead up. I assume he's used the Staff Lead spec as well, which obviously halves all melee damage whilst it's wielded, and that would tank a lot of those AGS specs. Looking at the spec bars as well of these clans, Iomeri, 20%, a lot of the other members have around 60, 40, 70. They've got a few specs, whereas Legends, 30, 40, 30, 50, very, very similar. So they're going to obviously drop their specs all at the same time right now. And Knuffle Co. trying to freeze VD. Looks like it's a 2 versus 2 at the moment. They've split up into 2 separate piles.
Oh yeah, the supplies are going down a bit though. It looks like they have obviously chosen their opponents, but the fight slowed down a bit since the last one. But Fools, they have a couple of stacks members while they're actually whittling with Legends down, who have CBS and Kazu are actually running a bit lower on supplies on their team. We're going to jump into another Legends listening.
Cass, do you need freezes now? Cass, do you need freezes?
3 brews.
Cass, I'm freezing Iomeri right now. Cass, I froze Iomeri. I froze Iomeri. Go north, Cass.
North, north.
Fuck me. I froze Iomeri.
Okay, if you stand there, he won't be able
No, he's off screen, he's off screen. Stay on Iomeri, stay on VD, guys. Down specs.
Next time run east. Yeah, sorry.
VD, stay on VD.
I froze, what is it? I froze Iomeri, I'm freezing I froze both. Cass, run west of the east of the orb. Cass, run east of the orb.
Run east of the orb, east of the orb.
Cass, east of the orb, Cass, east of the orb, east of the orb.
Right here, not too far.
Stay on VD, guys, stay on VD. Yeah, you're fine. I'm staying on VD, guys.
They're frozen.
Stay on VD.
They hugged.
Stay range, dude, the ballistas. Stay range.
We're gonna get clumped. It's fine.
Watch it.
Stay on VD, guys. He's out. I think VD's out.
Keep your tank on, man. They're gonna finish you right now. Keep your tank on. Just don't change.
Stay on VD, guys. Kill VD. VD's focus.
Try the DD on.
I'm gonna freeze Iomeri.
When you're unfrozen.
VD's out.
Yeah. Can you freeze people for me?
Stay there, stay there.
You're in a good spot. VD, you should be dead. Kill VD.
Tank.
Yeah, tank him.
Kill VD, come on guys.
Come on guys, you fucking damn. Hit the shit. Hit.
Come on, he should be dead now.
Come on,
Get hard spray.
no, it's the finished RNG.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm dead. I stay in Eo married.
Where's the orb? Where's the orb?
Tanker's
Close to us.
He's running north.
He's running
Get it.
north.
Catch up, please.
Wow, that finish RNG in there, and I heard a bit of language, excuse me, to that person there, but wow, I'd like to say that the Fools member was still standing there, VD, standing for a very long time there, and then finally, by the time that he was done, the equalizing kill came in immediately, although they had quite a deficit. 3 versus 3 right now, and the inventories are looking very much in the favor of Fools, especially if CBS is actually targeted right now. Only 4 brews left to his name, whereas all 3 members of Fools have 11 food each.
I would like to say that, you know, obviously, up until this mark, it's been very, very even, but you know, keeping that in mind, for the 1 food from CBS, it looks like Fools will be able to potentially take this to a best of 3, obviously, if they win this second round right now. We also saw a few freezes going in there. They decided to dispart, go away from there, you know, everyone go on this one guy. They decided to go into 2 different teams and try and freeze the opposition off up north. Unfortunately, couldn't get around the obelisk in time. Obviously, using the obelisk when you get frozen to try and, you know, avoid some damage as it's in the way. Currently, CBS trying his best to just tank, run around a little bit, and frozen 2 of the Fools members to the north, KIH and Sis. They can't really do too much right now. And obviously, as well, we have Eomeri trying to tank 4 Fools, being the leader, down to 9 food. But I mean, the odds are stacked up against them. They get some good combos in now. Nuffle dropping his prayer for some reason, getting a big venge hit though as well to try and take on Eomeri.
Yeah, Eomeri right now tanking as best he can here. His food is actually getting taken down a lot. We have CBS has been out of food for quite a while now, stood by the orb, getting as much damage off as possible. Eomeri, as his food goes down, it does look like they might be able to turn this into a 3 versus 2, but the equalizing kill may be coming in very shortly afterwards if Fools cannot take out CBS soon.
Again, the tactic of, like, you know, Nuffleco, I see that there, trying to support his friend by trying to freeze off KIH and freeze off Sis. But unfortunately, CBS can't last much longer. Now it is a 2 versus 3. This is a very, very difficult one to fight. And obviously, Nuffleco now taking a lot of damage from all the blisters. Sis, obviously, as well, trying to help in the corners right here. But actually, Shawnee now helping Nuffleco, trying to take Eomeri down, knowing full well that he only has 3 food left, but Nuffleco only has 2 food left himself. It's going to be very difficult to kill Eomeri to stand any kind of chance right now, but it doesn't look like it's that likely. Nuffleco obviously having 1 food left, running away. Shawnee being the tank that he is, the piety pure, trying his best to stay alive with 6 brews left. Looking up to the north right now, Eomeri still 3 food, and they just can't seem to take him down. He's got 2 anglers, 1 brew, and Nuffleco exhausting all of his supplies in an attempt to take him down, but now he's out of food. He has 19 HP left. He can't last much longer, and in a 3 versus 1 against Shawnee versus everyone, he's going to have to put on that piety. He's going to have to try his best to try and, you know, come back and take this win.
Oh, I just want to say Nuffleco as well was extremely close there to actually getting KO'd with around 4 pieces of food
Really?
left. It was a ballista hit 0 on around 30 hit points, so he could have been taken out there. So an Armored God suspect coming. It looks like he's just taking off his armor. Is Shawnee going to go down with pride here and actually try his best and outlast as long as possible? Or is he just going to take off his armor as well and call it a run? Get straight into game 3 as best he can and see if they can bring this back. But this does look like Fools will be taking the game to the first equalizer of the tournament, and we'll have a tiebreaker just a moment, which will decide the winner of the 5v5 bracket. Fools versus Legends. In around 8 minutes time, we should have a winner of the $10,000.
I can't believe that. Honestly, that was such a fast-paced match, and I'm surprised that Legends actually changed their tactics up there. In the first round, they decided to, you know, all stick together in a 4-man pile, and right from the bat that you saw that being done. But then, at some point, they decided to leave 2-man, like, going to a different place and try and freeze off, trying to help their teammates. Didn't work for them, and in which case Fools actually adapted their strategy and changed over and adopted Legends' strategy of the first round, whereas it was vice versa, kind of a swap. So clearly maybe they're going to change the tactics up again, do another, like, you know, 5 versus 5 and 4 people go into one area rather than protect their tank. But again, really, really even matchup. It came right down to the last 1-2 people on each side.
I would probably say there that Fools probably had a much better or a stronger win than Legends actually had in the first one, because Legends was almost brought to a 1 versus 1, whereas that one, Fools still had 3 members remaining. One of them, I think, Eomeri, didn't have any food left, but obviously the 2 were still quite stat at that point. So maybe Fools could go into this a bit more confidently, knowing the win was a bit stronger compared to Legends' win in the first game. Either way, both teams need to bring the heat right now. This game is worth $10,000. There can be no mess ups. It needs to be focused, coordinated, and everything needs to be done perfectly.
I mean, earlier you were saying about how one of the members, I think it was Nuffleco, had 4 food left and almost got comboed. That happened in the first round as well. I believe one of the members was almost out of food. It was not out of food, sorry. He was almost KO'd, but could have been KO'd. And that's the big difference. You know, in a 5 versus 5 game, when you go 1 person down, it's so hard to come back from that unless there's another opponent that's got plenty of food left. So if you kill someone, get that combo out, and actually get the KO, it's a huge advantage for your teammates because they've lost all that food supplies that they could have utilized throughout the fight.
As far as I'm aware, if any player gets KO'd in this final round, that is basically it.
Yeah.
It is the game. We can basically tell who has won the $10,000 at that point. I don't think any team has brought back a deficit at any point in these 5v5s.
I mean, at the same time, though, using the obelisk to try, make it a bit fairer, freeze someone around the corner. We've seen some pretty good comebacks come in this game. It might happen. You never know. I'm just happy they've got a third fight during the 5v5 tournament. Anyway, we have a tweet coming in from @Rion. Cancelled my first ever date to watch this hashtag PvP championship. Well, mate, welcome to the stream. Glad you're enjoying it. Don't forget, guys, if you want to tweet in as well, hashtag PvP championship on Twitter. Let us know what you're up to.
Invite her over for PvP championship and chill, mate. Just do it.
PvP championship and chill. That should be a thing. Right, we're jumping into the game again. We've also got another tweet from Dark Knight. Wife's in labour, but I told her I'm too busy with the PvP championship. Congratulations, I think, in getting to watch the PvP Championship. Anyway, we're into the game. We are currently doing Fools versus Legends with the 5 versus 5 best of 3. This is the third round. Each members of the clans being able to win a round each. It is 1-1 currently.
And here we go, $10,000 on the line. Please tweet hashtag PvP Championships. Are Fools the Finnish team? The veterans going to take Legends, the content creators and some popular names in the 8th team when it was originally made, will take the win here. What do you think? Hashtag PvP Championships. Let's see what happens. So currently, you think 60% are rooting for the Finns Fools to win this game. Let's see if they can hold it through for the community.
So off the bat right there, you had Fools flying in, barraging Kasu with a 4 versus 1, and then Legends actually had the support of Nuffle Co, I believe, to come in and try and help him. But as a result, he wasn't able to do much. The guys were away from the obelisk. So in the end, Nuffle Co actually decided to run away and help out his teammate with a 4 versus 1 again, who's running around the obelisk again, trying to freeze, use the obelisk as an advantage. Currently, supply-wise, Sis has 9 food left remaining. He's been taking a lot of damage, whereas Kasu actually doing a great job of tanking, has 11. So quite even. I mean, you come back either way, but it looks like Legends are slightly on top of this one. Sis obviously using the like I said before, the obelisk to his advantage. Staff of the Dead. He's got the Ellie, he's got the huge tank on, and currently just trying to whittle his supplies down as best they can and try and get this little bit of a lead. Obviously, when one person falls from either side, it becomes 4 versus 1, and that extra member is a huge advantage. Oh my gosh, almost a combo out, almost killed him. CBS wasting 3 AGS specs there on a prey melee. What a shame. I think they just jumped the gun. They got a bit too excited. They could have got a KO there. Very unfortunate not to. And then again with Shawnee with the AGS spec on like 50 HP. Another one, 0 on about 50 HP as well. Sis is doing a great job attacking like now, getting very lucky with those zeros. Castle on the other hand, down to almost no HP, taking some huge stacks as well. 3 food left as opposed to Sis with 0. Looks like once more, Fools will lose their first member and potentially Legends has a slight advantage off the bat.
Yeah, I think Legends may have got a bit ahead of themselves, but they thought to themselves, they almost got the KO. It's so close that they dumped everything on the player. The equalizing kill coming straight away. This is 4v4. Very balanced supplies right now. It doesn't matter that the players have gone because they've both played well and managed to execute them. Had Legends got the damage in there and took the player out with the food remaining, that would have been a much better lead for them. Right now, still quite 50-50.
Really interesting here. VD, I believe, is using the obelisk advantage as a safe spot. He can't be hit back, but he can hit one way. They're doing a great job right now of using this obelisk to try and defend themselves and deal damage without taking too much damage. CBS is the next pile for them. Legends CBS down to 10 supplies left. A big lead compared to the Finns, who have 12, 13, 14, 13. So they're doing really well. Having lost their first member slightly earlier, they've done a great job of getting straight back into the mix, getting back into the fight, and turning it around. Oh my god, the AGS specs on Eomeri, the leader of the Finns, being destroyed by Shawnee's AGS there. Piety is a powerful, powerful tool. We've got Nuffle Co trying to get a barrage on him. Not able to get too much distance there. Still taking a lot of damage, although Eomeri now down to 9 food as well, making it equal with CBS's 8 potentially.
Yeah, this fight is actually getting quite close because obviously it looks like if they're going to stay the coordination here to kill the players, it might be a kill in favor of 4-3, but then instantly return to being a 3-3, and it's quite balanced throughout. We've seen some of the 20 versus 20s where it's gone down from 2020 to 1919 to 1818. A lot of damage, though, going on the Eomeri right now. A lot of his food getting used here, while CBS is on very, very high hit points. Quite a lot of food left, very close to an orb as well. If you can get around the orb, you might be able to buy time, but obviously we also have Eomeri, who's now going to try and use it to his advantage to maybe try and buy those extra crucial few seconds here by
and what's happened to Bwakai PB right now, standing in the middle of the mix, just with Smite up. AGS wielded, not too sure about that one. Potentially a disconnection, not too sure. CBS down to 6 food remaining right now. He's doing a great job of tanking as well versus the 2 members, KIH and VD. Looks like VD's also stopped fighting. Looks like everybody's stopped fighting. I'm not too sure what's going on right now, but it seems as if both teams have offed each other. Or rather, no. Legends are still going at it, trying to fight Eomeri. 3 versus 1 right now. Not too sure on the other 2 other members in Fools at the moment, but they seem to go off each other. Both CBS is just trying to slowly whistle away KIH's supplies. Not too sure what is exactly happening right here, but it looks like some disconnections. We will get further clarification on that in momentarily. So far, though, what do you think of this match, Adam? What are the distinct points that you remember?
I thought the fight was going extremely 50-50, and like I said, they got the first kill, then the instantly retaliation kill. And the supplies on each player are also going down, but it looks like Fools have just stopped a couple of their members to do absolutely nothing, which right now has just put Legends into the lead, but the fight was so balanced around the time that it's happened that this one's after going to go to the adjudicators here to decide what's going on. But right now, okay, we've just been heard that the round will actually be restarted momentarily. Book and PB still standing in the middle, doing absolutely nothing. FashionScape keep blowing in the wind. There will be a restart to that game. I believe it's very, very 50-50. Now let's see if another team can actually get a small advantage in this rematch, because I don't think either team would have been upset with how that was played.
Honestly,
they lost a member. I mean, as far as I'm aware, Legends got I think they got the first member instantly with the
literally, it was so close. I mean, the whole way through this this 5v5 tournament, these last couple of fights here, currently being 1-1. It's been very close the whole way through, you know, and it's coming into the first round. Obviously, yesterday the amusement park also DC'd, so we gave the fairness there. We said to them, you can have a rematch. The same happened today with Rot against Sanity, I believe, when Sanity DC'd. And just, you know, for clarity right there, got to be fair to everyone. The same rules apply. Just waiting a couple of minutes right now to just chill and hopefully get back into the action. But Adam, how have you enjoyed the weekend?
Well, I'll be honest, I'm happy to see a fourth game.
Yeah, same, man. The more content, the better, very much. Like, we're both obviously RuneScape nerds, so being here in the Jagex Studios, getting to watch all of the games is pretty exciting for us. But
okay, we will be jumping into a short... You're also a black tie in there.
Hey, leave me alone.
We'll be jumping into a short 5-minute break here just to get the game restarted, make sure every member is ready to go, so we shouldn't have any technical issues in the next one. But, I mean, I enjoy watching the starts of the fight. Very close one there straight away. Let's see if one team can actually bring a good advantage in a restarted fight.
Be right back, guys. Welcome back, guys. So, as you just saw there, unfortunately, Wakheim PB and potentially one of a member of Fools disconnected there, and obviously for consistency reasons. Yesterday we had a similar situation with Abusement Park. Today we had a similar situation with Sanity. We're going to make it fair, let them have the redo. I believe they might be swapping members out. Every team does have subs that they can sub in if they have to, if they need to, and currently right now with disconnection issues, it looks like that might be the case. But very shortly we're going to jump into the game. This is the best of 3, 5v5, $10,000 PvP Championship Final. Adam, what do we expect to see?
Well, this is the tiebreaker. I'm a bit upset to not be able to see the outcome of the fight that just happened because it was extremely 50-50. Both teams had managed to pick off the 5th player. It was a 4 versus 4, and both of them were obviously around the same supply. So probably one of the closest fights we've seen. Yeah, a bit unfortunate we couldn't see the actual thing progress because that could have ended up in that 1 versus 1 that we wanted to see, where there's one individual player in the 5v5 that has the $10,000 on their shoulders. See how they perform. Yeah, it's been very like 50-50 between these two clans. We've seen it going very, to and fro between the two. Legends taking the first round, Fools taking the second. In the Twitch chat, the same kind of situation. 54% of you guys are voting for Fools to win, 46% for Legends. There's not much in it. The Finnish team versus the Deadman Mode team. What do you reckon, Adam? Where's your money being placed? Oh, very difficult to say. I'm going to have to go with what I was originally rooting for, and I'm going to have to go with the Finns. I'd like to see Fools take this, bring those names back into the light, the veterans from around the 2008, 9, 10 PvP era, to put them back into the scene would be awesome, and hopefully see them actually competing in potential future tournaments.
For me, again, same before, I'm good friends with Legends, but at the same time, I have the utmost respect for Fools. They've done really well in this tournament. Either way, I'm very happy with how far they've got so far, and if they can take home that $10,000, either way, congrats to both of them really for getting this far, like I said before. We got a tweet on the screen anyway from @JusticeFinn, 14 beers down, same, and enjoying the hashtag PvP Championship, and wife came in complaining, LMAO, guess who's outside in the rain now?
My man.
No, you can't see the phone. Oh, he's got his phone, obviously he's tweeting. Oh, perfect then. Well, that's fine. You get to watch the PvP tournament, no problem at all. Cheers for tweeting in. If you want to tweet us, guys, hashtag PvP Championship on Twitter. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know who you're rooting for and how you think this tournament's been so far.
Make it 15, my man.
Make it 15. Amen. We also, of course, have the 1v1s coming up soon, Adam, with the final being between Moni and Parb, the content creator versus the singles PKer. That's what I'm personally super excited for as well. How do you think that one's going to go?
Very difficult to say because if I had to put a prediction, Moni has been performing extremely well. Parb has proven that he's performing extremely well. They both have different gear setups, which I believe is the only difference. Their skill level, it's right up there. Yeah. They both know what they're doing. They're both defeated opponents. They're extremely good at what they do, and they both deserve a spot in the final. If I had to take a prediction, Parb has been killing players that have had very similar gear to Moni, whereas Moni has just been destroying people with the match gear.
I was going to say that Parb has the Darok's legs, doesn't he, instead of having the full Armadillo.
Takes the Darok legs, which obviously brings his mage defense down slightly. He does obviously still have the Ancestral for a bit more mage defense if he can have that on. But Moni's range accuracy is extremely strong. The Darok legs counter that slightly.
It, doesn't it? That's a really good
point. Parb has beaten everybody so far, and a lot of people have had the setup Moni has had. I don't know if Moni has beaten someone that's had the setup Parb has. If I had to predict, I'm going to say 3-1 in favor of Parb. However, I have to have my heart with Moni as a content creator. I want to see a streamer take it. I need to see a streamer finally get up there and win something. So I'm rooting for Moni, but I believe Parb is going to take this.
I want to say the same thing exactly. I think Moni is the undisputed fan favorite right now, repping Finland, obviously. But I don't know, man. Personally, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, Parb has just been smashing everyone left and right. He's been showing his dominance through the, standing underneath perfectly, the fakey switches, the Armadillo Godsword specs, getting a KO, actually. The only KO in the 1v1 tournaments that we've seen so far. Maybe we can get KO on Moni. Like, he sits on low HP, deep wilderness on 50 hit points, dies to Crystal Bow 1 items, so it might happen again in the PvP tournament. He wouldn't live that down. $10,000 on the line.
Well, luckily for him, though, it is a best of 5.
That's true.
Unless he gets KO'd for the 3rd place, but that would be a fantastic end to the tournament, knowing that this huge special attack that you've caught, obviously, on the wrong prayer, Moni's mistake, obviously being rewarded in Parb's favor to take 10,000. That'd be great to see. Will we see any KOs? Both of these players are technically the best of the best. They've defeated all of the opposition to get here. They've done a very, very good job. Again, the fights can go either way. I'd like to see, personally, 3-2 in favor of whoever wins.
But I mean, before we go on to that, we're getting carried away a little bit right now. We have the 5v5 best of 3 coming very shortly. It's currently 1-1, Legends versus Fools. We'll jump into that action very, very soon. We have a tweet coming in from Ruska. I sold my Kawamba Wams, 155 GP each to watch. Hashtag PvP Championship. Well, glad you could tune in, mate. But with the new Karamban update, probably should have kept them. Actually, no, they're going to go down in price, aren't they? No, I didn't say that. I'm going to change the Grand Exchange and for the worse. No, I need those Karambans to PK with.
Unfortunately, if that's such a low price and you've invested into Kawambans, you're probably going to have a bad day with that one. A lot of price manipulation has gone on at Jagex. I remember when we tested the Inferno, I myself accidentally leaked that everyone took Purple Sweets. Purple Sweets doubled in price. And I was just there like, whoops, that was bad. And I'd invested into 0. And unfortunately, no, I actually had 10,000 because I was trying to do a fire cape on my account with no overhead price I've yet to do. So I made a bit of money off that.
I have a tweet coming in from Shawnee right now that Chris is showing me saying, Shawnee is the leader, of course, of Legend's team. Honestly, I didn't think my team would get this far. I thought we'd go out second round. No disrespect to any team we fought. Good fight all. Good luck, Fools. Respect there, Sean, for, giving that much respect. Obviously, there was having to be a rematch because Fools DC'd. They're okay with that. They're going into the best of 3. 1-1 currently. Good luck to both teams. We were jumping into the game very momentarily in about a minute or so. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to expect. Here we are, jumping into the game already, actually. Let's get underway.
Seconds away. We just saw a fight extremely close and balanced fight. They've actually noticed here immediately that Legends do start with more food than Fools. There's 4 16 sets of food and 1 15 against the 1 16, 2 15s, and 2 14 foods. Will the gear advantage on the side of Fools prove superior compared to Legends? Here we go. This is the tiebreaker round. The winner of this game takes home $10,000. Fools won.
Oh my gosh.
Won as well to Legends. Tweet hashtag PvP Championships. Who you believe is going to win? Will the Finns take it or will Legends? Good luck.
Well, Hyle right now being the first pile for Fools, trying to tank as best he can, but taking a lot of damage. Right now on the opposite side, we have, I believe it is VD having to tank 4 Fools as well, and Legends just trying their best to freeze people off. But Sis doing a really good support role there, trying to freeze Kasu and hide around the corner. And VD now getting an advantage, not being able to hit by everybody. In the corner over here, Hyle down to 7 food left. What? He has 4 brews and 2 anglerfish already. He has taken so much damage. And they've changed targets. They've left him in the corner right now. They know they do a lot of damage. Now it's going to be 4 versus 5 in the mix. Going back into the middle right now. VD still with 11 food left. And half of Legends not able to attack him. We've got Nuffle coping up the staff, their spec, and they change targets instantly, going back to the original pile, back onto Hyle, who is sitting on very, very low supplies right now. If he goes down this early on, it's going to be very difficult for Legends to try and catch up. Obviously, being a one-man deficit in these 5v5s, it is just so soul-destroying for your clan if you can't be able to, match ops.
Right now, Fools actually have a great lead, but I believe Legends actually managed to score first blood in all 3 games we've seen previously. Obviously, one of those 3 games was voided due to disconnections, and this is the repeat game. But this might be the first time that Fools managed to get the first blood here, which could be really bad, because Legends, although most of the kills were actually instantly retaliated here, it does look like high ore supplies are far less than VD's, who looks like he's tanking for Fools right now, right next to the orb, most likely using that to his advantage. Let's see how this goes out.
Yeah, now to the west as well, we have obviously VD trying to tank as best he can. He's actually frozen. No, Nuffleco's frozen him, stepping underneath constantly, trying to get frozen back. But VD's doing a great job of tanking and also doing damage at the same time. Whereas on the other side, Hyle, out of supplies, sitting on about 40 hit points right now with 4 members on him. This is going to be really, really soul-destroying for his clan. Being KO'd, not even going to use the redemption in time. That AGS swing from KIH really did the damage there. So now it's a 4 versus 5. Oh my god, AGS swings coming out of nowhere. CBS, low hit points right there as well. Looks like Kasu is another pile they're going for, being one of the early piles from before as well. Looks like CBS still on very low supplies. 2 versus 1, I believe. VD versus Shawnee and CBS. The clans decided to, being 1-0 down, they're having a deficit. They decided to mix it up and switch piles and kind of try and benefit each other by going half the clan in one area, half the clan in another.
Right now, we need to make sure, well, Legends needs to make sure that Fools can't get this snowball off the early player that's actually been killed here. Now, VD has finally had his food exhausted. A lot of damage going around, a lot of players dropping to half health.
That's a barrage pile as well.
KOs going on.
Look over VD and Menosa, both in the same team. That is a Fool's barrage pile. Unfortunately, though, for Legends, they're not really capitalizing on it too much. They're both staying on top of each other, and they can't do enough damage. Currently, Nuffleco just taking so many hits, going down to 7 food, but VD finally being out. Is it enough, though? Can VD survive for long enough to try and give his members a little bit more time so Legends can't have the comeback? It doesn't look like it, though. Being specced out, really low supplies right now. Actually, out of food completely, sitting on around 10 HP. But at the same time, Nuffleco for Legends in the southeastern quadrant, he's being completely destroyed and bodied down. Going right down to the north side around. VD finally actually died, and as they did, that means that Legends come in with the save, trying to protect their member Nuffleco, but maybe too little too late. Nuffleco now to 0 supplies, so not really much use in this fight anymore, Adam.
It looks like Fools have instantly switched over, but it isn't looking very good. Fools have a very good lead right now with one of the Legends member completely out of supplies, but Fools don't waste any time. Have instantly switched to another target to drop his supplies down, letting the other player stand and do damage up from the north right now. But to take down the supplies of this next player, all 4 members of Fools are quite stacked right now. More supplies than most of the team on Legends.
But it's not over just yet. I mean, we have seen comebacks happen. They could still happen here. Currently, Nuffle Co sitting on 29 HP in the northeast corner, trying to use that redemption, gets a hit in. Luckily, look at that little vengeance other at the same time by KIH. He's not wasting any ticks. He's being as efficient as he possibly can. 37k on Nuffle Co as well. What an MVP of this match. Looking down to the south quadrant now, it is currently 4 versus 3 members, and that is in favor of Fools. Looking to the south corner, looks like Kasu almost falling as well. Almost getting dropped with 5 food left, actually. That would be, oh my god, so soul-destroying for this clan. Sis going in for the AJ swing there, but actually just faking it out. And currently we've got 2-man barrage pile. If Legends can capitalize on this, they could take down a lot of supplies. Minosa and KIH getting caught right there, but quickly moving out. Not too much damage done. And looks like Kasu only has 4 supplies left, whereas Minosa has 3. If they can kill Minosa really, really quickly and take down his supplies, making it a 3-3, they could claw it back at him.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to see, but Fools have really brought the heat to this fight because they almost killed Nuffle before he did drop due to the supply being completely taken from him. Kasu as well almost got KO'd with 5 food left, but right now it does look like it will switch into a potential 3 versus 3. But who will die first with Kasu, who's just used his last food with only 60 hit points left? It looks like he will fall before Minosu, who has over 90 hit points left. This game may go to a 3-3 and then instantly into a 3-2. It's going into a 4-2 in favor of Fools right now. 2 members stacked. Minosu very close to falling, and then Key still very healthy himself. Will this go to a 2-2 or will this go to a 3-1?
Well, I mean, with Minosa dying right there, it is currently a 3-2. So Legends are still in this to win this, but looking at supplies right now, having that extra member, that is like 50% more damage increase, obviously, from having 2 versus 3. We have KIH sitting on just Bruise, absolutely tanking like a complete machine right now. On the other side, we have Shawnee, their tank, also has all of his Bruise left. Actually, he's brought Mage as well this time. Rather than being a ranged tank, he's brought both. CBS currently being piled on 2. Is that a 2-man pile? That is. They've unfortunately got themselves caught in that 2-man barrage pile, which means they're going to get a lot of hits taken without being able to do much damage back. I think it might be safe to say that it's going to be very difficult for them to claw us back now. Using the Obelisk to their advantage, though, trying their best to catch some freezes, then go around the other side so we can make it into a 2 versus 2 rather than 3 versus 2. But right now, CBS really dropping supplies. He only has 1 Anglerfish, 3 Brews left, getting AGS specced by KIH. That could have been very deadly. Fortunately for him, he does tank it. Now, Sis at the top corner, also helping out right now, giving that little bit of aid. CBS right now still on 2 food. He has 1 Anglerfish and 2 Brews left, whereas Shawnee sitting in the corner, trying to tank as best he can, trying to catch those freezes on these members so that his friend CBS can actually still take a little bit less damage.
Right now, Fools have over twice the food of Legends. This is looking tough. They have the member advantage. They have the food advantage. The Armored Godsa does not come in there quite to actually finish off the Romery. CBS very close to exhausting his final Saradam in brew there to keep it going.
And again, they're the freeze on Shawnee, the Legends member, using that obelisk advantage. Actually, though, we had KIH there being stepped under by CBS, frozen him, and Shawnee actually still able to just clutch in, do a bit of damage. AJ spec coming in, 21 wasn't a spec. Unfortunately, CBS almost out of food. He has 2 doses of brew left. Sorry, 1 dose of brew left, 80 hit points, getting a 50 AGS smack on him through his Elijah Spirit Shield. Could he be dead? He looks like out of food. There it is. 3 versus 1 against Shawnee. Can Shawnee, the Piety Pure, bring this back? Can he take on 3 people by himself? Most likely not, Adam.
It is looking very bad. It looks like Fools brought the game and got such a incredibly good start, which they used to their advantage to make sure they kept everything going as effectively as possible to keep this in control. Legends, unfortunately, have fallen behind. It is only Shawnee left. Will he use his supplies to tank as long as possible? It looks like he can't even do it. Fools have taken the 5 versus 5 run, knocking Legends out. $10,000 being awarded over to the Finnish veterans.
There it is, the Finnish clan proving their worth in this 5v5 tournament, but nothing against Legends there. Like, they've done very well from this far. As Shawnee said earlier, he did not expect to even make it to the finals anywhere, let alone anywhere close to this, and they put up a great round, taking the first round against Fools, obviously making it 1-0, then Fools equalizing it 1-1, and Fools right there taking the win, winning the 5v5 PvP Championship, winning $10,000 grand prize.
Yeah, I believe it was also 54% in favor of Fools to actually win that game, and they've managed to do the community proud. I don't even want to imagine what the Twitch chat is spamming right now, as they seem to be basically a community favorite there, which is actually nice to see. Again, Legends also being a community favorite. It's difficult to say who people were rooting for, but either way, a fantastic final there for the 5v5s, 2-1 in favor of Fools.
So I've just been told what Torilla, or I've not pronounced that right. What's it?
Toril Tavatan.
Toril, yeah, Tavatan. It means a Finnish phrase used whenever Finland is mentioned outside its borders in any form. The sentence is translated as "Let's meet at the market square," apparently. So I'm a lot of fans for Fools in the Twitch chat right now. That support goes a long way, obviously. Seeing that in the Twitch chat must give them the motivation to be able to come back from being 1-0 down and winning 2-1. Congratulations to them again, winning the $10,000 grand prize. Oh my gosh, what an exciting matchup there.
Toril Tavatan, Suomi Pikeli 6-1.
Hey.
That's the all I know there, but I see that spam down my Twitch chat
constantly
all day. And may I just say, I have not plugged a single Twitch emote. Nils, if you're watching, see you later, my friend. Anytime Finland is mentioned, the smokes fly. Fools, congratulations on taking the 5 versus 5, defeating all opposition and proving their worth. A very well respected game from Legends, though, being the only people so far to actually bring this to a tiebreaker. I guess obviously Legends did win the first game. Unfortunate, but very, very well played. And as seen before, they didn't expect to get this far, yet you managed to get to the finals and even take a game from Fools, the only team to do that.
And don't go anywhere, guys. We are working on an interview shortly. We'll be talking to Ian Merry, the leader of Fools, checking out how he's doing. I think we're actually going to go live right now with him. So, Ian Merry, if I'm going to jump into the Discord any second now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Ian Merry. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Congratulations, first and foremost, on your win. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, first question we have, tell us a little bit about your team. Where did Fools start? What's the history?
We started playing RuneScape in 2004, I think, and it was free-to-play based for a long time. But
awesome.
We have adapted to the pay-to-play scene, doing DMM, some single PKing, but strictly like multi-based.
Awesome.
Oh, that's absolutely awesome to say. Who did you decide to compete in your team? We've seen a lot of veteran names actually come back. Also, if I do speak a bit fast, obviously with the shoutcasting, and you don't pick something up, I do apologize. Obviously, to ask me to repeat the question. But how did you choose the 5 members for your team?
Well, me, KIH, and Puak were the obvious choices. We have known each other for a long time, for like 8-9 years now, actually. And we have met IRL and all this. Like, we have this awesome synergy going on. So those 2 picks and me were the obvious ones. Then there's Mama and Nozu, who are like the new members of Fools.
That's awesome.
Who did really well as well.
That's
but
awesome.
There's just
Sorry.
Puak actually DC'd in the second round, so we had to use our substitute for the last one, called Timpsu. But he did really well as well.
Oh, I'm sure Buck is very proud of the performance by the team, though. Yeah. Congratulations again.
Maybe you should have had him in from the first fight. Then you'd be able to beat Legends maybe 2-0 there. We have another question for you. So what's the main... Obviously, you guys are a single PKing clan first and foremost. What do you think are the biggest obstacles or the biggest differences between the single PKing and then the multi-PKing that we just saw there?
Well, we're actually a multi-team, like I said.
Oh, you are multi-team? Oh, apologies.
Yeah, we have like a big single unit in Fools, but we are multi-based.
Ah, okay. So you're basically coming into this, you were, prepared. This is your home ground, isn't it?
Yeah, but we actually, like, Fools actually takes the summer off from RuneScape. We haven't played in June or July at all, so we were really rusty. But we practiced some. We had some 5v5, 20v20s, like we were in every category, but we did really well.
Yeah, very well done there. Quite curious, obviously you had some people, yourself, you actually participated in the 1v1 tournament, and you did have a team in the 20 versus 20, but in the 5v5s, was winning the 5v5 brackets easy for you? And who did you find the biggest challenge?
I think Rod was the biggest challenge, but there was some unfortunate DCs on the side. Not sure what happened there, but that, like, us and Rod have this huge rivalry going on as well.
Ooh. Well, taking the 5v5 and winning the $10,000 against them, I guess, will definitely show that you are potentially the better 5v5 team. We have another question as well. Do you have any advice coming to newcomers that want to try giving competitive OSRS like a go, or clanning in general? How do you get into it, and any advice in general?
You should check Cybers out and just like go PKing. I feel like the wilderness needs like more people in it. There's a lot of PvMers right now, but just go there and PK and start practicing, watch YouTube videos and all that. just get it started.
Yeah, awesome. I'd definitely like to see the Wilderness thrive again as it used to do back in the golden days. You obviously, yourself and a lot of your team members obviously were thriving and big names back then as well. Are there any plans for the future of Fools? You've made a name for yourself now. Do you plan to recruit outside? I've heard it's obviously quite a heavily dominant Finnish clan. Do you plan to openly invite or take your clan anywhere else?
Nah, we have always been a Finnish clan, and that's how it's gonna be. We have over 100 members, so it's not like we need that many members. We're all set. It's like huge community-based clan. So all Finnish people.
That is awesome. I have a final question here. I've heard this a lot, but do you agree that Finnish PKers are the best PKers?
Of course, dude, of course.
They've proven that today in the 5v5 at least, winning $10,000. Congratulations again on behalf of your team, Fools. That's fantastic, and I guess we'll hope to see more of you in future competitions. Deadman mode.
Yeah, you'll see us in next DMM for sure.
It's good to hear, man. Thank you for the interview. Cheers for chatting, and yeah, once more, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks you very much. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hey,
Awesome.
Finnish PKers, best PKers. Money has a lot to hold on his shoulders.